What's up everybody and welcome back to the workshop. Now in my most previous video you guys saw me finish up this Turkish Twist Bowie knife. I then made a complementary sheath to go along with it. It is a Cayman inlaid leather sheath. Now in this video you guys will be seeing the process in which I undertook to make this bad boy. It's going to be a fun one today. Thank you so much for joining along. Let's get right into it. So I went ahead and got all of our pieces cut out inside. As you guys just saw, we have our front inlay piece right here. We've got our belt strap, our snap that holds the knife in the sheath. We have our welt, and we have our back piece. So now we just have to clean all these up and put it together essentially. So let's get right into it. Our first order of business will be to edge bevel our top piece and our riser for the inlay piece. We have a number 5 beveler here, so we're just going to knock off all of these edges. With the inside now edge beveled, we can go ahead and use some token oil to burnish the inside, because once we inlay it, we're not going to be able to get that finished, so we got to finish it now. With the sides burnished, we're going to go ahead and put our snap for the keeper in, so it'll be on the outside of the edge, so the button won't scratch the blade going in and out. I'm going to use a hole punch right here to get that hole set. snap is set. Now we can go ahead and move on to getting the inlay part of the sheath done. We're going to start by gluing down our riser piece to our backer piece. Now before I applied this glue, I did score the top layer of this leather, since it is the, I don't exactly know what that's called, it's the nicer side of the leather. On the back is the suede side. I scored it to give it a rougher surface for the glue to grab onto and help hold. So we'll let that have some time to set up and harden, and then we will be applying our piece of caiman over top of that. Now that should fit perfectly over top, just like that. So we'll give that time to set up, and then we'll go ahead and glue the top piece right there. Now, before I applied the top layer, I did go ahead and dye it. I dyed it a saddle tan, just so if any glue residue gets on there, it won't mess up the dye soaking into the leather. So we can go ahead and get this bad boy glued on there. We're going to go ahead and let all this glue set up, and we're going to start working on our back piece. So we have two pieces of leather here that we're going to glue and fit up, and glue in our strap in between them, just like that. So we'll go ahead and throw some glue on here, get these bad boys stuck together. With the glue set now, we're going to go ahead and dye this piece, and we're going to dye our strap piece just to make sure, like I said before, no glue interferes with the way the leather takes on the dye. Don't want it to be splotchy, that'd be pretty bad. So we're going to dye it first before we glue that onto that. Go ahead and burnish the edges a little bit. Alright, now we'll be able to fit up glue and then stitch the strap onto the back. Nice Dr. Pep to ease the pain. Now, before we glue our strap onto our back, we're going to cut out our frame here, get that all nice and lined up, and then make sure everything fits nice and clean together. So we're going to chop all this excess off. Now we can go over to the belt grinder and clean up all of our edges, get those nice and uniform. So we got the edges of our front nice and cleaned up, and they match pretty decently. We'll do some more grinding once we get the welt glued in there and this glued up together to get a nice perfect fit. But for now, we can go ahead and get our belt loop glued on and sewn into the back. With the strap glued and sewn on, we can go ahead and start attaching our welt onto our back layer, and then we'll go ahead and add our top layer onto that. So it's time to hop over to the drill press and drill out all these marks and get to stitching. Now, here it is in the sheath with the knife. The leather matches very nice with the handle, so I think that's a really cool touch. I'm really excited with how this is turning out. All we have left to do is to put our snap on the keeper right there. Now, the reason I put it on the spine side of the knife is when you draw the blade, you don't risk cutting the strap with the edge. I don't want to tear into that or anything, so I put it on the spine where it'll be nice and safe. Perfect. Now, with all that, it takes us to the end of today's episode. This will be the final part in the rematch with the Turkish Twist Bowie knife. It all came together absolutely wonderfully. I definitely learned a lot, and it was a super fun experience all the way around, and I appreciate every one of you guys for following along and joining me in this process. This was an absolutely wicked build. I'm so stoked with how it turned out. The sheath and the knife and the handle, everything came together absolutely beautifully. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the leather videos? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you think I should just stick to knife making? Let me know down in the comments below. Your input means a lot, and I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell up in the corner. I have a lot of cool projects coming down the pipeline pretty soon, and I'm really excited for them, and I'd hate for you guys to miss those. So stay tuned for those, and I will see you guys in the next one.